I love Elvis. I love music. I love the connection that the performing brings to people, bringing people together. I have way too much fun doing it. I don't know when I'm going to stop doing it. I don't think I can. I don't see the end of it.
Hey kids, I'm glad you're here on the Fancast today. It's a special day. Our guest is Hugo Colin, Elvis Tribute Artist and local legend. How you doing, Hugo?
I'm great. Thank you very much, Mike. Hi, everybody.
All right, now we can stop being silly. Hugo, thank you so much for being on the show, buddy. I appreciate it. And
Absolutely.
before we get into your career and everything that you do, let's jump right in and talk dogs. You ready to talk dogs?
Yes.
So you've been performing at Impact Field at the Dogs games on Elvis theme night for quite a while now. Two questions.
Yeah.
First, how did you get the gig to do that? And do you remember what
Yeah.
year your first performance was?
Yeah, I believe this is my third summer performing
Okay.
with the Chicago Dogs. I have a winning, not just winning record, but a winning streak, like while I'm there,
Yes.
which is fantastic. And my first gig or my first performance over there was thanks to the members of the Dogs, the season ticket holders.
Oh,
I have some friends that are season ticket holders, and they asked the Chicago Dogs if they could have an Elvis night and have me, and then it happened.
wow.
And right from the get-go, it was so much fun, and we've been doing it every year. And I have also performed for them in the playoffs,
Right.
and all the way in October, and it's a blast.
Yeah, Elvis
Yeah.
night is my favorite night, and I love seeing you there. Love seeing you perform.
It's
Uh,
getting better and better every Elvis night. I'm so
yeah.
excited for this next one.
Oh, it's going to be a blast. Well, let's now that you mentioned, let's jump right into that real. So, kids, the next Elvis theme night for 2024 is Saturday, July 6th, and
Hmm.
Hugo, you're going to be doing the pregame show. Right now, it's listed as 4:45 to 5:30, and then
Yep.
I think you've been also doing the national anthems and the seventh inning stretches. Are you doing that as well?
Yes, I'll be doing all of those.
Fantastic. And then a post game, I know you usually do like like a little
Yep. So right
press.
after the game ends, there's fireworks. And when
Right.
those fireworks are happening, about 10 to 15 minutes, I'm getting ready and going back out to the entrance where I perform in the beginning of the show.
Right.
And I have my lights set up, and then I perform again for about 30 minutes while everyone's leaving the stadium.
I want everybody to know you are a true professional because last year it was raining
It was
quite
raining.
hard and
Yeah.
you got out there, you had a little umbrella and man, you just nailed it.
Yeah. I loved it. It was
Oh,
fun.
I
We
was
had
thinking,
bags for our speakers so we could cover them, keep them protected, but the sound still pushes through. Someone had an umbrella that let me borrow it, and yeah, it was so fun.
since we're on the dogs, I got to ask you, how do you like your hot dog?
Mustard and sports peppers. Yeah, but I'll have about two hot dogs and mashed potatoes and roast beef when I'm on a break right after I sing. And then I'll go out and walk around and greet people, and then my family is enjoying their food too. I go through the suites, all the suites, people who are celebrating their birthdays and people with family, and then I walked like down the aisles through all the seats. It's so fun.
So how did you gravitate to Elvis's music as a youngster? And then when did you first perform as Elvis?
Yeah. Well, one of the first movies I saw was Viva Las Vegas. And so right away I saw Elvis in a sports car. Elvis being a rebel, Elvis singing. Automatically I was drawn to him as a little kid. He rides a motorcycle in one movie called Roustabout and gets in an accident. So when I'm 3 years old, I'm putting little bandages on my head to try to look like a rock and roller, like Elvis. And I just loved his songs. I'd sing them from a little kid singing songs as a 3 year old and 4 year old. They were all Elvis songs. Those were the only songs I knew. And then when I was in kindergarten, I danced to Viva Las Vegas at my school's talent show. So
Oh,
that first year was just dancing. First grade was also dancing. Second grade, dancing. In third grade, I wanted to do the talent show again. But I decided this year maybe I should sing. maybe I should try singing. So that
Oh,
was my first year singing, and I actually started taking voice lessons in third grade, and
wow.
I had taken them up to college. So that was about 10 to, I forget how many, maybe 10 or 12 years of vocal training. Yeah.
Amazing.
So now it really paid off because now that I'm still growing. I'm 23 years old and my voice is still developing, but I get to I get to experiment with it like so much
Mhm.
and test it out. And every year it gets a little stronger and
Yeah.
better,
Well,
and it makes me really excited.
just like the real Elvis. I mean, for those of you who really get into it, if you listen to his early 50s stuff and through the 60s and by the 70s, oh man, his voice was like in prime shape, and but
Hmm.
his voice changed and yours is so when you were taking your lessons, did you also include a way to like sing like Elvis or make your voice kind of mimic Elvis, or was it just singing in general?
Yeah, I did try. I would just practice the vocal exercises, strengthening my diaphragm, vocal breathing while I'm singing, and
Mhm.
then I kind of added the. Over the years, I got better at mimicking the voice of Elvis
Sure.
just by listening because I had listened to, let's say, "It's Now or Never." I had listened to that song since I was a little kid, so instinctually I know all the lyrics. If I think back, I kind of feel like I have a bit of a photographic memory with listening to Elvis. So I can hear like the way that he sings the songs, and then when I'm singing, I just mimic what I remember from
Mhm.
listening since I was a little kid. Because
Right.
I've probably listened to the song, thousands of times, and that's just that one song.
You said that you kept doing this performance. At what age did you realize that you wanted to make this a career? When and where did you first perform as a tribute artist, I guess officially?
You know what? I don't know if I even have made that decision yet
Oh,
because it really doesn't feel like a job. It's just so fun.
okay. So,
It has been a hobby since I started, and I've always been a full-time student. I just graduated 2 weeks ago from college,
oh
so
wow.
now I have the option. Do I want this to be, my job, my full-time job? I haven't made that decision in that kind of way, but it is something that I've never taken a break. From
Well,
eighth grade, when the talent show ended and I performed, I have always kept doing it. I never said that I wanted to take a break, or I never um, stepped away for more than 3 weeks, which was just now my longest break after graduation because I'd been so busy working on finals and finishing, submitting all my work as a college senior.
you're right. I kind of took it for granted that this is, your chosen path. As you
Yeah.
said, you've been doing it for so long, but you're really ready to go out into the world and do whatever.
I love Elvis. I love music. I love the connection that the performing brings to people, bringing people together. I have way too much fun doing it. I don't know when I'm going to stop doing it. I don't think I can. I don't see the end of it. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good news for us then, I guess. You also do a lot of volunteer performances, fundraisers
Mhm.
around town and such. How are those experiences received, and how do you feel at when you're performing there?
Those are the best. My favorite. Those were some of the first places I first performed at because having no experience or credibility, really the only way I could perform somewhere outside of the talent show once I graduated was volunteering. So one of the first places I performed at was Misericordia Homes, also Shriners Children's Hospital and the Ronald McDonald House. So I was going in with my mom and volunteering and singing for an hour, and not just building up my courage, but my stage presence.
Right.
And we have kept those connections with those organizations and people, and I will go back and perform for them for free whenever. Yeah, those are my favorite. I am so excited to perform at the Misericordia Family Fest in September. I believe the date is September 10th or 8th. It's always around my birthday. That's my favorite volunteer performance of the year because it is falls on my birthday weekend. We bring a big cake and we cut the cake and I perform there, and it is a blast.
And now you regularly perform in local restaurants.
Hmm.
You kind of have rotating schedule. Can you give us some information about where people can catch you there?
There's one restaurant in North Riverside called Chef Shangri-La that I've been performing at for about 5.5 years.
Wow.
And I perform there monthly every third Saturday night. And that's a really fantastic place. I'm really used to performing there. So we set up, we do the show. It's an hour and a half long from 7 to 8:30.
Wow.
And it has just, I rotated every year, every month that I go back. It's a different set.
Oh,
I
okay.
know what I did last year from my playlist that I've made,
Yeah.
or last month that I made. So then we do something else, and then that one is really fun. And then most recently, I've been performing at a place called Stadium Club in McCook, Illinois.
Mhm.
That is really fantastic. It's a great dining experience, sports bar. The people that work there are amazing. The management is awesome. I love performing there. That one is the first Saturday of the month, and I usually break out um, my new costumes, my new anything kind of at
Okay.
that place. You can check out all of those dates and other ones on the website I've made. It's called hugoselvis.com.
All right. Now here's the most important part. So when
Mhm.
you're performing as Elvis or any Elvis tribute artist, the most important thing is the look, right? You got to have the hair and the costume. So my
Yep.
first question is that your real hair?
Yeah. Yep. It's I just gave myself a haircut
Oh no.
a few days
And then
ago.
I know you don't have the sideburns. Do you sometimes grow the sideburns?
Yes, I did during COVID. Now I've got faux ones. They make them a lot easier because I love to do um the young Elvis from the 1950s when he was a 20-year-old.
Okay.
So, there it's all clean shaven.
That's true.
The
True.
70s, it's big, big sideburns. So I have faux ones that are really great that I got last year, and they fit the bill perfectly. Yeah.
Perfect.
But it was hard finding someone to cut my hair. So eventually I got the hang of cutting my own hair, and now I take care of it
You
at home.
literally cut your own hair then?
Yep.
Wow, that's amazing. Elvis costumes are not easy to find, right? They're not, you can't just go to the store and buy the Elvis jumpsuit here or there.
Yeah.
They're
Mhm.
all, and they're very expensive because everything is
Yeah.
custom. But now you have a very unique solution to that issue. And can you tell us what that is?
When I was doing just Elvis 50s around the time that I was volunteering, say when I was 13 or 14 or 15 years old, I was finding clothes from thrift stores and making alterations to them to fit me better. And then I decided maybe I should make pants for myself or try to make a jacket for myself to wear, because I don't have the money to order something, custom made for myself. And once or twice I did try, but then I didn't think it was Elvis enough, you know. So then I made my own clothes, my first ones, and some of them at first were really difficult to make and sometimes even put on. Then you need to adjust the pattern.
Sure.
But I found out that I love to pattern make and sew and make
Wow.
clothes. So I
Wow.
decided once I graduated from high school that I was still a novice in it,
Mhm.
in sewing and fashion. But I went to school to study and learn, and now I am really proficient in making costumes, my own designs, and recreating ones that Elvis wore in the
Yeah.
60s and 50s and 70s.
And I want to tell everybody that the recreations that you make are spot on and amazing, especially the 70s jumpsuits.
Yeah.
But I personally I love the like you have the Viva Las Vegas, the yellow jacket,
Uh-huh. Hmm.
and then I saw, I don't know if you did you make this yourself? You just recently kind of debuted the from the movie Loving You, the cowboy outfit,
Yeah.
right? Did you
Yeah.
make
You
that
know
one
what?
yourself too?
I'm going to pull those out because I'm downstairs and this is the creative space. Okay, so these are some of my favorite garments to wear. This one, I'm going to pan it around the screen. This one is a jacket that I made recreating one from the movie Double Trouble. This technically is my favorite piece that I've made. Technically, it's a great jacket. It fits me perfectly. And if you look up Elvis Presley, red jacket, Double Trouble, you probably see this. Now, this one is the one that you're mentioning. It's a recreation of the shirt and pants that Elvis wore in the movie Teddy Bear. He wears this while he sings Teddy Bear.
Yeah.
And I made both of these, the pants and the shirt,
Pants too.
just all
Wow.
from scratch at
Oh my
home.
gosh. That's amazing.
So I made this just in a few days, along with a few other projects.
No
And
kidding.
this
Oh
was
my,
all embroidered at home.
what? Oh my God.
Yep.
Oh, it's spot on.
And
Look,
it got a really, people really
yeah.
loved it
Oh,
in,
look
in
at that.
Nashville.
Wow.
Everybody loved it.
Every detail is there, buddy. You got
Yep.
it.
So
Wow.
this jumpsuit, this took actually about 2 years.
What?
And
To make
two
the
years
whole
ago,
costume?
I didn't even know how to really make a jumpsuit. I was looking at these pieces and how to where to find these, and I finally found some this year that would work out. So I made this jumpsuit, one that is kind of a rare one, but a very pretty one that Elvis wore in 1971.
Yeah. 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 I
So I
recognize
made
it.
this one for myself too,
Wow.
and I've worn this quite a few times. And I might wear it to the Chicago Dogs game because it does have blue
Oh,
in it, and it's
oh,
very
there.
nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of the
But
dog.
something that I absolutely am going to wear to the Dogs game is something that the people there haven't seen me in because I made it around Christmas time. But
Okay.
it's a black leather outfit that Elvis wears in the '68 comeback.
You made
Yeah,
that yourself then, this leather
I
outfit?
did. Yeah,
Wow.
I did. So I don't care if it's 95 degrees. I really want to wear it to the baseball game.
Oh my goodness.
So you'll definitely see me in that then. And not only that, the outfit is cool, but the songs that Elvis performed in that year for the concert, they all
Mhm.
sound a little different than the ones from the 50s and the ones from the 70s.
Right.
So the whole set, music set with those songs is really unique, and I can't wait to sing them at the park.
Oh, fantastic. It's going to be again, get to
Yeah,
Impact
yeah,
Field on July 6th, everyone.
yeah. I can't wait. You know what? Also, on July 2nd and 3rd and 4th and 5th, I will be in Canada performing with two other ETAs. One is from
Wow.
Ontario, Canada, and the other is from Germany.
Wow.
So, and I'm me from Chicago. We're going to Canada and
Wow.
performing for a few days for a lot of Elvis fans in Canada.
Oh my goodness.
So I was
That's
invited to perform with them, and it's a big honor to be a part of it. So
yeah.
I told them though, I'm sorry, I can't perform on Saturday the 6th
Oh,
because I have the
because
Chicago Dogs game.
I
So
gotta come
Saturday
back.
morning probably we'll be on our way back.
Oh my
And
goodness.
right when I get here in the afternoon, I will be going to the Chicago Dogs game and performing for you guys. There's no way I'd miss it.
So this Canada gig, then, are you performing just a specific era?
I'm going to be doing just the 50s Elvis and
Okay,
60s movies.
fine.
And then the other guy, Roy LeBlanc, is going to be doing Elvis from '68 and early '70s, and the other man from Germany, Oliver Steinhoff, is going to be doing '70s Elvis.
You really are one of the youngest Elvis TAs, and a TA, that's a tribute artist, right? That's the lingo. But you performed the entire scope of Elvis's career, from the 50s, rockabilly, the
Yeah.
60s, the movie era, and of course the 70s Vegas. Do you
Yeah.
have a favorite era to perform?
Yes, I do. It used to be the '50s, but I'm really thinking right now, I really love doing the '60s songs. Elvis in the '60s, in the movies, there was dancing to some songs, but a lot of his great songs that he recorded in the '60s that are actually his best sellers out of all his whole discography,
Mhm.
like Are You Lonesome Tonight and It's Now or Never. There's no footage of Elvis, singing them really, or dancing to them. So I can see Elvis perform Suspicious Minds on YouTube, but I can't really see Elvis do uh, It's Now or Never, Are You Lonesome Tonight in the
Okay.
'60s. So a lot of that just requires a vocal, technique and being able to sing the song and do them well because they are hard songs to sing.
Okay.
So I'm really, really enjoying those '60s songs. And also, I think the outfits are very underrated. People love the jumpsuits, but I really love the unique costume and jackets that Elvis wore in his movies. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, those are cool.
and they're fun to make.
And again, I know you have the blue jacket with the two white stripes, but
Yeah, and that's from the movie Speedway. So I
oh, right.
haven't yet, but
Okay.
I do need to make a red version of that.
Yeah, that's right, because it comes in red. Fantastic.
Yep.
And then I love your 60s stuff too. And my personal favorite is Come On Everybody. I love when
Yeah,
you do that. And that's the
me
thing
too.
I love, or I shouldn't say I love about you and your song choices are you do a lot of uh kind of what they call like the hidden gems. There's all the popular songs, but you do like Come On Everybody. Who would think to watch an Elvis performer tribute guy do that? But
Yeah.
you do a lot of these really cool,
Yeah.
less
I
popular
love doing that
songs,
song.
and you do them so well, and they're
Thank
so
you.
fun to watch. Let's talk about the specifically about the songs. How do you go about getting them? Obviously, you kind of sing to a backing track, a digital, almost, I don't want to say karaoke, but
No,
it's
yeah.
a digital track.
Yeah, the
Uh,
only difference is that I'm not reading, because
right,
it's
right. But
memorized. But
but
yeah,
how do you get those? Is there a service for like Elvis impersonators or tribute artists, sorry, uh,
yeah,
to get those
yep,
songs, or
there
do you
is
just kind of
exactly.
find them here and there?
I do a mix of things. I do a mix of things. At first, the first ones I got were like a bundle and album from iTunes of like Elvis tracks, Elvis karaoke.
Sure.
So I got those, and that's what I was volunteering with. And then a friend let me know about some companies that use real instruments and record Elvis's songs in a studio. No Elvis voice because they're recording the song, using the music sheets and all the right instruments, and then
Oh,
they sell that to ETAs around the world.
okay.
So my two favorite ones are EP Project and Just Awesome Karaoke. Just blanked because we just call it JAK, but Just Awesome Karaoke and EP Project. So shout
Wow.
out to those guys. They do really great work, and they're my favorite tracks to perform with.
Are there any songs that you plan to add to the show?
Yes. So I never did the songs from the 68 comeback until this Christmas because I didn't have the outfit. I'm a stickler for authenticity,
Okay.
so I just didn't do those songs before. But since I made that outfit in December, I found those right tracks, the best sounding ones that I could use to perform,
Yeah.
and I did that a lot during Christmas.
Wow.
But I haven't really done that much. So I'm really excited to do those ones because, like I said, they sound really different from the 50s versions and the
Sure.
60s versions. So those are really exciting to sing and perform.
So do you end up watching the performances in this case the 68 special like as homework or practicing? Do you kind of
Yep.
just over and over just to get till you feel you have it just right?
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly. I was
Okay.
doing a lot of that in October and November when I was preparing for the Christmas
Okay.
shows.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. That's so
So
fun.
now all of it's in here.
Yeah, there
So
you
now I just
go.
need to go out there on July 6th and then just have fun
Oh my God.
and let the muscle memory go to work.
Well, I know you have a very supportive family, and
Yeah.
your mom especially, and so how are your family involved in your career and your shows?
Yeah, well, since we kind of do the same thing that we did at the talent show, because that was kind of a family thing.
Mhm.
My mom would help me practice for the talent show, and back then, now she's working, but when I was younger, she was raising me, my three older sisters, and my younger brother.
Wow.
So we would take some time and look at videos and study them, write down notes, and learn these dance moves. Not really the song and like how to sing because that
Sure.
was in the voice lesson, but the dance moves. She was kind of like a choreographer.
Okay.
So that was that at the talent show, and then all of the family, my aunts and uncles and sisters would and cousins would come to the talent show and see the show, and that has carried over from the volunteering to the car shows and the restaurants and the Chicago Dogs game.
Nice.
So now my brother is a great help. He is also a big Elvis fan, and he's really helpful. He does the sound. He helps me carry the heavy things and set up. And my mom does little things. Usually is carrying the important clothes that I'll wear, finding out where I'm going to change, and me and my brother set up the sound. He runs the sound in the show, and my dad will help pack up, help set up. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about Elvis Week, which is it's been celebrated for decades in Graceland. It's the week that Elvis passed away in
Mhm.
August. And then I know they have so many events there, and I believe that you've actually performed in Graceland or in during Elvis Week. Can you tell me
Yep.
any stories about that?
I went to the 40th anniversary, and the crowd outside Graceland was 30,000 people because it
Wow.
was the 40th. Yeah, 30,000.
Wow. Oh
It
my
was amazing. 30,000 Elvis fans on one block
Oh,
in front of his home.
just
It was
hanging out.
incredible. Yeah, it was incredible. But I have performed at Graceland. They have kind of like an open mic for Elvis fans and
Okay.
ETAs, and we go up and sing for Elvis fans, and it's so fun. Yeah. And
Wow.
then there's other locations around Memphis that have stages and have performances where I
Mhm.
perform there too. And last year, for the first time, I performed at a small business, a bar and grill in Olive Branch, Mississippi, and did my own 3 hour show there. So usually what I
3 hour
do
show.
in Chicago,
Wow. Oh
what I
my.
do in Chicago, the longest ones are about 3 hours long. So I bring my sound to the venue and then set up. I might bring these posters, bring my everything, my clothes, and set
Yeah,
up and do my best to put on a show. So
sure.
last year we brought all of our equipment to Olive Branch, Mississippi, on Elvis Week, and then
Wow.
performed there. Did our usual show outside in about 85 or 90-degree weather,
Ooh.
and it was a blast. Yeah. So we're
Oh,
going to do that again this year, and it's only about 20 minutes, I think, from Elvis's Graceland.
sure.
And on our trip to Memphis, we're going to be stopping in Springfield, um, or near Springfield in Central Illinois, for a performance for in celebration of Elvis Week, and then we're going to make our trip down to Memphis and do some performances over there for the first time. And I can't wait. We're going to go to Tupelo, Mississippi, and see Elvis's birthplace,
Oh, wow.
something that we just haven't been able to do.
Oh,
And then on our way back to Illinois, we're going to be stopping at the Illinois State Fair and performing there.
wow. You got a
And then
full
finally going back
schedule.
home.
Do you ever sleep?
Yeah. Yeah, well,
Well,
now that school is over, I have been so relaxed because I was working on these jumpsuits, working on my finals, working on, college
yeah.
and wrapping up things. But
Oh,
now I have all these big ideas and plans that I'm excited to do. Some of them I'll be bringing to the Chicago Dogs game.
I got a couple Elvis trivia questions. You want to try a little Elvis trivia?
Yeah, let's do
Okay.
it.
Nothing too crazy. Here we go. First question. What is Elvis's middle name?
Oh, Aaron.
Yep,
Yep,
correct. You're
Aaron
right.
with one A.
Ring. How many Grammy Awards has Elvis won?
He's got 3 Grammys.
Yes, correct. All for gospel albums too,
Yep.
believe it or not. Um, Name the character Elvis portrayed in Viva Las Vegas.
Oh, all right. That is going to be his name is Charlie Rogers.
Oh, no, this one is Lucky Jackson.
Oh, Lucky Jackson.
Yeah, Viva Las
Yeah,
Vegas, Lucky, come on.
yeah.
All right, outside of the USA, how many countries did Elvis perform in?
I believe it was just one, Canada, in
Correct. Wow,
1956.
you got it. You got it. No fooling you. Okay, and then here's an easy one.
Yeah.
What
Those
day did
names are tricky. The Elvis movie names are tricky.
Yeah, I know. That was kind of a deep
No,
one, so I didn't mean that wasn't meant to be a
but
gospel
I've seen that
question.
movie enough times to remember that.
Yeah. And final question, what day did Elvis pass away?
It was sadly August 16th, 1977.
Yeah.
And actually, the day after, August 17th, 1977, is the day that the most flowers were bought in U.S. history.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep.
Wow. People bought flowers and sent them to Memphis. Wow. I
Yeah,
never heard that
exactly.
fact.
Yeah.
That's what really amazes me is that it's almost he's been gone almost 50 years and still influential. And even you, young guys like you are still doing it. And it's going to continue on. And his music is to me, it still holds up. And but he's just an icon, so
Hmm.
it's just fun to see
Yeah.
the younger generations keep getting into it. Well, we're wrapping up here, Hugo. So it's time for final pitch. And normally in final pitch, we ask dog fans or guests on the show to say something about getting fans to the show. But I want to take over on the final pitch and say, go see Hugo at Impact Field. The next Elvis night is theme night is July 6th, Saturday at
Yep.
Impact Field, Chicago Dogs. You will be doing a
Uh-huh.
pregame show, 4:30 to 4:45 to 5:30. The national anthem, seventh inning stretch, post game show after the
Exactly.
fireworks. please, please, please come and see Hugo for sure.
Yeah, I've heard that the dogs are great. They're doing a great job.
Oh, they're doing great this year. Yeah, good, a new team, and it's a fun year already.
Yeah,
Even as early as it is, it's a fun year.
yeah, I can't wait to see them.
Well, Hugo, I could talk Elvis with you for days and days and days. And I'm truly a
Bye.
huge fan, and I wish you the most success just abundant success. Um,
Thank you.
Thank you for being on the show here. And if fans want to follow you or connect with you online, get some information on your shows, where to come see you, how
Mhm.
do they do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me. On Facebook and Instagram, you can find me at Hugo's Elvis TA. If that doesn't work, Hugo's Elvis Tribute Artists. And I have a website. It's called hugoselvis.com.
All right, check those all out and get out and go see Hugo for sure. You won't be disappointed. It's an amazing show. Talented young man. I can't say enough about you, Hugo. And fans, also remember to follow the Fool. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Just search Shy Dog Fool, CHIDOGFOOL. And make sure you give this video a like and comments and subscribe, all that fun stuff. Hugo, thank you so
Yeah,
much
my
for doing
pleasure.
this. I
I
I
can't wait to see you guys at the Dogs game.
and
We're gonna have
likewise,
so much fun.
it's always a blast there, and I can't wait to see you, and it's going to be so much fun. July 6th, right? July 6th.
Yep, July
All right,
6th.
all right, buddy. We'll see you then.
All right. Bye, Mike. Bye, everybody. Treat me like a fool. Treat me mean and cruel. But love me and follow the fool. Awesome.